High school football is in the full swing of things across the Midwest, and this is the High School Football Show. We've got some of the best highlights from Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. Big games, big results, and bragging rights up for grabs in key contests. And we've got some killer plays of the week. This is State Champs Extra Point. Here we go. Thanks for coming back into the State Champs studios. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Maybe you know someone who's been affected by the disease. There's great work being done to fight it. October celebrates that fight. Welcome to State Champs Extra Point. I'm Lauren Plant. We've got highlights from the tri-state area, and we thank Lawrence Technological University for being the presenting sponsor for all of our programming. And LTU is adamant. They told me they want the word out. They're looking for as many as 400 athletes over the next few years. 26 NAIA sports offered, including football, a world-class education, the highest chance of getting a very high-paying job immediately out of college, and both athletic and academic money is there for the taking. Talking scholarships. Located in Metro Detroit, Lawrence Tech is home to the State Champs Sports Network. Start your journey at ltu.edu or ltuathletics.com and recruit yourself. Let's start the show.
I'm Kevin Trzynski, coming to you from Franklin High School in Livonia for this KLAA East Division matchup as the Patriots hosted crosstown rivals, the Churchill Chargers. There was no scoring in the first quarter, and it was a different game the rest of the way. Senior signal caller Gavin Brooks will find fellow junior Boston Clegg Jr. on the flat, and Clegg will take it on in from 11 yards out. Chargers light up the scoreboard first and lead 7-zip. The Patriots would respond just moments later on the first play of the drive. And this one is all junior QB, Zach Olesic. That 65-yard score gets the Patriots up on the board, and this game is all tied up at 7-all. You ever hear of the phrase, anything you can do, I can do better? Well, if you haven't, here's your chance to witness Chargers QB Gavin Brooks doing his thing. Fakes the handoff and then makes the cut right up the gut. Brooks will reach pay dirt on the 41-yard keeper. Missed extra point has Churchill in the lead, 13-7. The Patriots would respond just a minute later. Olesic hands off the rock to running back Trevo Perzak, and the junior will score on the 19-yard sweep. Franklin takes their first lead of the game, 14-13 Patriots. We're not done with scoring just yet. A minute left in the half. Chargers QB Gavin Brooks finds his brother Bailey Brooks in the flats, and the junior has a clear path to the end zone. That 21-yard family score sends Churchill into the locker room, up 19-14. 7 minutes left in the third. Franklin with the ball at midfield. Keep your eye on QB Zach Olesic, who fakes me out on the camera. I'm pretty sure the junior ate his Wheaties this morning, 50 yards to the house. Patriots reclaim the lead, 22-19. Remember the Brooks family connection that scored earlier for Churchill? Well, they strike again. Gavin finds Bailey on the slant, and it's off to the races. 58 yards, back and forth game. Chargers in the lead, 26-22. Still in the third, and Franklin QB Zach Olesic wants the attention back on him. Gets a nice block from senior lineman Aaron Mass, and Olesic will take this one in untouched from 50 yards out. Patriots back on top 29-26 at the end of the third. Franklin going for it on 4th and inches, and the Patriots get some help from an underclassman. Sophomore running back Cordell Mabins has a hole that he will bust out of, and all he has is daylight on the 20-yard score. Patriots pulling away, up 36-26. Churchill battles back. Senior QB Brooks is going to find fellow senior Jordan Garcia wide open in the middle, and that 35-yard score has the Chargers down 3, 36-33. Close game on the line with just under 3 minutes to go. Big plays all game, and have another one. Brooks is going to air this one out to Jordan Garcia, catches in stride, makes a cut back, and he is gone. Chargers would add another late, and Churchill defeats Franklin 47-36, your final score.
I'm Jason Hutton in the West Michigan area. We had a great matchup in the OK Gold as Cedar Springs came to Cougar Stadium to take on Grand Rapids Catholic Central. Both teams 2-0 on the season, and it was the Cougars that got off to a great start behind outstanding junior quarterback Joey Silveri on third down up top for Danny Michaelay. What a grab in the end zone, 7-0 CC. Early second quarter, it's Silveri going back to his favorite target, Jace Williams, the senior star, hauls it in. 14-0 Catholic Central. And then again, in the second quarter, it's Silveri to Notre Dame commit Nolan Ziegler on the money, 49 yards, 21-8 Catholic Central at the half. In fact, they led 35-16 after 3, and that's when CEDAR really made a push. The hand to junior Aiden Brunin. He is in from 7 yards out, 35-22. After the Red Hawks recovered an onside kick, it's senior quarterback Jeremy Campione sneaking in from a yard out. All of a sudden, we've got a 35-28 game with just a minute 41 to go. And then after Catholic Central recovered a Cedar Springs onside kick attempt, it's Silveri trying to run out the clock, breaking free and into the end zone. Grand Rapids Catholic Central beats Cedar Springs 42-28.
I'm Greg Molson in Clarkston for a huge showdown in the OAA Red. The Clarkston Wolves hosting their league rivals from West Bloomfield. The Lakers threw an interception on their first play of the game, leading to an early Clarkston touchdown. The quarterback, Mike DePillo, keeps it himself from 4 yards out. West Bloomfield has an answer though. Dylan Tatum takes the handoff around the left side and into the end zone to even it up at 7-all. The Lakers then take the lead in the second behind the running of Donovan Edwards. He takes this one down to the 5. Then on 4th and inches, Edwards goes up and over the line for the touchdown, putting West Bloomfield on top 14-7 at the half. Then on the Lakers' first play of the second half, they add to the lead. Alex Short throwing over the middle to Maxwell Hairston. He weaves his way through the defenders, and he is gone. 80 yards to make it 21-7. But that would end up being West Bloomfield's only offensive play in the third quarter, as Clarkston's offense controlled the ball thanks to its running game, marching 95 yards down the field. Ethan Clark with a big run to start the drive. DePillo finishes it on the first play in the fourth with the 1-yard dive to cut the lead to just 7. And on the Lakers' first play of the fourth, just their second in the second half, they give the ball right back as Edwards drops the lateral pass. It's recovered by Evan McClory. That set up Clark for the 16-yard run through the worn-down Laker defense, tying the game at 21-all. And that was it in regulation as they play into overtime. The Wolves get the ball first and get a field goal from Steven Rusnak to go up 24-21. The Clarkston defense then holds the Lakers to a field goal try as well, but their kick is no good. Clarkston completes the comeback from 14 down to win it by 3.
24 and the Lakers 21.
I'll tell you guys, 45 years. I don't know if we've ever played a better game. We knew we wanted to chew the clock. You know, they're a big play team. We don't want them to have big offensive drives because they got so many playmakers on the field. So we want to take big drives, big long drives, eat them out, wear them down, and then just keep punching it. You know, we just kept running it down their throat, and that's how we got the victory.
You know, I told Ron when one of the kids got hurt, I went over to the sidelines and he was helping us get out. I said, isn't it great just to be out here? Isn't it great? This is what high school football is all about. This is why so many people wanted it back. I mean, it's just a great high school football game.
I'm Ryan Slocum, and we yet again have another top matchup between Indiana and Ohio. The Fighting Irish of Cathedral at home again, hosting their third straight game against a Greater Catholic League South opponent. The Elder Panthers making that 100-mile bus ride up I-74. Could the Panthers pull off the win for the GCL South? Or will the Irish continue their domination as the #1 team in Indiana? Cathedral wasted no time getting on the board. The Irish QB, Nathan McCallhill, busts his way through the goal line. McCallhill then adds 2 more on the conversion. Cathedral up 8-zip, and it stayed quiet in the scoring department until the second quarter. Irish number 1 for a good reason. They are a well-oiled machine that is led by McCallhill. Check out the senior field general keeping the rock himself for the 17-yard touch. Cathedral up 15-0. The Panthers would respond with Drew Ramsey under center. The junior does his best McCallhill impression. He gets Elder on the board from 2 yards away. The Panthers missed the point after. 15-6, Irish still on top. Cathedral would add a touchdown right here before heading into the locker room. McCallhill sends the man in motion. That's Camden Jordan getting the pass. The senior wideout reaches pay dirt from 2 yards away. Irish up 22-6 at the break. The game was all McCallhill and the Fighting Irish. McCallhill takes the snap, pump fakes, scrambles out to his right, calling his own shots on the fly. Another pump fake. The senior tosses it up to a jumping Camden Jordan, who reels it in and takes it to the crib. Cathedral remains undefeated as the Irish take down the Elder Panthers 36-14, your final score.
Vincennes Lincoln hosting Evansville North. Sometimes the defense rises up. Ethan Brody's pass is tipped and intercepted by Quinn Miller, and Lincoln is set up in plus territory. After methodically marching down the field, they cap it off here. Julius Hardeman, he is a running back and defensive end. They trailed there 7-6. Evansville North adds a field goal to go up 10-6. The ensuing kickoff is fielded by Blake Mincy at the 15, and he has space. Picks up some blocks, returns this one all the way down to the 40-yard line. The drive would stall, though, with a punt. Here's a key play. Eric Vickers hanging in the pocket, takes the hit, looking for Colton Poff, and the crowd goes wild. A 60-yard touchdown strike as Vincennes Lincoln hangs on for a big win, 21-13.
I'm John Rawlings from the Evansville area. Castle's defense has been downright stingy the last 4 weeks, only allowing an average of 4 points per contest. Jasper looking to counter with their high-scoring offense. First quarter, Jasper's looking tough out of the gate. Blake Mann finds Connor Foley on the quick slant. Wildcats in the red zone. A few plays later, Mann rolling out to his right. Then he rifles one over to Caleb Berger. Jasper rocking out early as they go up 7-0. Kels is forced to punt, and on Jasper's next possession, the Knights get defensive. Sam rolling, creating disorder in the backfield. Wildcats now facing a 3rd and 18. Mann not feeling any pressure on the next play, though. Taking a look around and finding Berger once again. The Wildcats moving the sticks in big-time situations, but in the end, Castle's defense was just too tough. Braden Till and John Purdy stopping the option in its tracks. Castle upsets Jasper. The Knights win 14-10.
Lauren Plant's here to tell you for the best recruiting news in the tri-state area. Check out State Champs Scout Show, premiering Wednesdays across the network via social media, our website, and the State Champs Sports app. Alan True, Scott Bernstein, contributions from Matt Mowry and myself with the latest in football recruiting news and a variety of sports. The State Champs Scout Show, Wednesdays on the State Champs Sports Network. Time now to take a look at the football program at Lawrence Technological University.
I'm Coach Terrence Wilson. I'll be the defensive coordinator at Lawrence Tech University. I've had a few different stops within the last few years. I've coached on the high school, college, and professional level. Most recently in the National Gridiron League, arena football team. Down in Georgia, the Atlanta Wildcats. Prior to that, developmental league for the NFL for 6 years. And prior to that, I also coached at Concordia University in Ann Arbor, and I had a couple stops at the high school level as well, Hazel Park High School. The thing I'm most looking forward to in this upcoming season is getting together with the guys on the field. We've done a lot of Zoom calls and virtual calls here in the fall and in the summer, so actually getting on the field in the spring to be with the team. I think the biggest advantage being a defensive guy playing in the spring will be the weather. If we're playing outside, you know, bad weather kind of slows the football down in this new age of high-tech offense. LTU is a great place, has a great campus, great atmosphere, great kids. So I'm happy to be back home, to be coaching here in Southfield, Michigan. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
If you are interested in playing football at Lawrence Technological University, recruit yourself by going to the football page at LTUathletics.com.
I'm Ryan Slocum. We kick things off at the Greater Miami Conference as the Cardinals from Colerain hosted the Big Blue from Hamilton. Early on in the second, with the Cardinals knocking on the door, MJ Flowers gets the call up the middle. He is in bloom for the 5-yard score. Colerain up 7-0. Later in the second, Big Blue trying to get the ball moving, but the snap goes over Malik Verdon's head. It bounces all the way back into the end zone. Ronald Williams Jr. falls on it, and just like that, Colerain's lead is up to 14-0. Closing seconds before the break, and Big Blue gets on the board. Keyshawn Stevens in the Wildcat. He takes it himself, slips past a couple of defenders, and makes his way into the end zone for the 7-yard score. It was 14-7 at the half. It would stay that way until late in the fourth, when Verdon would take the game into his own hands. Looking downfield, but nothing open. He takes off, and check out the cuts as he weaves his way 35 yards. Big Blue now only down 1. They will go for 2 in the win. Stevens back in the shotgun. He goes up the middle, but the Cardinal defense steps up and stuffs him short of the end zone. Colerain goes on to win this one 14-13, the final.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and we head now to a battle in the Ohio Capital Cardinal Division between the 3-1 Olentangy Braves as they visited the 3-1 Marysville Monarchs. First time these two have met since 2017 when the Braves won 21-14. Halfway through the first quarter, and Monarchs on the move. Jeremiah Sterling gets the call out of the backfield, goes up the middle, fights through some tackles, and keeps his feet churning for a 15-yard run. That would set the Monarchs up for a 3-yard run from the fullback Ryan Kern. Marysville out to an early 7-0 lead. Monarchs add another score in the second, and they are in striking range again. Kern gets the call, breaks through 2 arm tackles, scoots his way in for the 14-yard score. Going into the half, Marysville up 21-0. No scoring in the third, so we jump to the fourth, and Braves marching down the field. Caden Daup drops back, finds Caleb Gossett over the middle. He'll fight his way in with a lunge and get in from 25 yards out. Braves get on the board trailing 21-7. Time winding down for the Braves, and Daup going to throw one last shot to close the gap, but it's going to be picked off by Logan Neer, and the safety returns this one 60 yards for the score. Marysville gets the exclamation point victory, beating Olentangy 28-7, our final score.
A pair of 4-on-1 teams meeting tonight in Avon Lake. The high-scoring Bulldogs from Olmsted Falls taking on the Shoremen from Avon Lake. The Avon Lake defense has shut out 2 of their last 3 opponents. Mason Wheeler back on the field for Avon Lake and looking good. Pretty cutback and some tough running here. This sets up the game's first touchdown. Now there would be no shutout tonight for Avon Lake. Drew Kanaba, the Olmsted Falls kicker, drills a 32-yard field goal, cutting the lead to 7-3 in the first quarter. But from there, the Shoreman defense really ratchets things up. Check out the hit here on Andrew Parkowski. And they're not done. The Bulldogs, Charlie Seelek on the pitch. That becomes a turnover. Sean Summers picks it up, and he's got room to run. Summers is going to take it the other way for a touchdown. 17-3 Avon Lake at that point. Still in the first half, Michael Carbo. Look at the moves to get out of the pressure. He's going to flip it to Nathan Sakalo. And it's air horn time. 24-3 at the half. Second half, Carbo and the Shoremen really start to create some separation. Pretty pass here to Ryan Kemmer for the big gain. That sets up Wheeler with some push from the offensive line. It's 31-3. And in the fourth quarter, Gage Dusler finds the end zone for a second time. Avon Lake, so tough tonight. 38-3, your final score. The Shoreman head coach, Matt Kostelnick, feeling really good about his team's performance.
You got to start with our defense. You know, they played a great team effort on defense. It was great to see them run to the football, take advantage of some turnovers, go from there. And then up front on offense, we played great. You know, I couldn't be prouder of our offense. Our offensive line played well. Both of our running backs ran the ball well, and Michael was able to deliver the ball downfield when we needed to.
Number 5 this week takes us to Indiana, where it was all Bishop Chatard over unbeaten Maryville. Carter St. John doing a great job of eluding the sack, airs it to Noah Carter, who is behind the defense. See ya, Trojans 5-1 now. For number 4, we go to Michigan. It wasn't Montrose Knight versus New Lothrop, but Bobby Skinner and Chase Perrin hooked up for 2 touchdowns, and Perrin with an incredible grab in the back of the end zone, the only 2 scores as they fell 44-15. Number 3 to Ohio, and Malik Verdon getting it done for Hamilton. Although they couldn't convert a late 2-point conversion and lost to Coleraine, the Miami of Ohio commit as wheels and vision. Nice TD run. Number 2 takes us back to Michigan and a rivalry game between Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Brother Rice Saturday night. Game was tied at 7 into the final moments of the game when junior kicker Connor Kalka, in his first varsity game, booted a deciding 31-yard field goal to win it for the Warriors. Number 1, and we have had some great stories in Michigan regarding teams who just haven't been very good for decades. The Rochester Falcons are 3-0 for the first time in 27 years. This was a 94-yard touchdown play between Alex Bueno and Bobby Croner. Big play and lots of hope as they beat Bloomfield Hills 42-20. Thank you so much for watching. We have companion podcasts that focus specifically on Indiana football and one on Michigan football, both called State Champs Extra Point. Just visit your favorite platform to listen. Subscribe, like, follow State Champs Michigan, State Champs Indiana, State Champs Ohio, and now State Champs Network on every social media platform. That way you'll receive all the great content we're dishing out all week. I'm Lauren Plant. See you next week for another edition of State Champs Extra Point. State Champs Extra Point, presented by Lawrence Technological University and Lawrence Tech Athletics. For everything LTU, visit ltu.edu. You can recruit yourself to any of Lawrence Tech's 27 collegiate athletic teams by visiting ltuathletics.com.